I like to see us lay to rest this whole notion of anti-Semitism. The one thing that is an incorrect statement, because the whole idea of a Semite, Semites were people who lived in southwestern Asia, including northeast Africa and the Arabian Peninsula, who spoke Ugaritic, who spoke Ge'ez, who spoke Ethiopic, spoke Hebrew, who spoke Arabic. Those are our people. We are a Semitic people, therefore we cannot be anti-Semitic. Ashkenazic Jews are calling us anti-Semitic. We cannot be anti-Semitic because we are the descendants of a Semitic people. Let's lay that to rest. That was a weapon in the hands of the Jews since 1870. They used it against other people, but it doesn't work against people in Northeast Africa. Thank you.
Beautiful. So, I get it. That's what
Where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid dealing with learning about traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create, and it was something I shared, and I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility, then that's where I sit. These same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world, and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with. It's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I can stand on the truth because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth, that I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I study. And why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in the book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from. Like a tree with roots. Where were you when?
So is the black community gonna just have Kyrie Irving out here just hanging out to dry? Like, the man is standing up for y'all and nobody saying nothing. Y'all still watching the NBA? Y'all still got y'all Amazon subscription? Nobody with a big mic is getting off mute to defend Kyrie Irving. He's just out here by himself. This is why I say everybody else would always be above us, because they stand together. You feel me? What did Kyrie Irving say that was anti-Semitic? Other than black people wake up. All he said was black people wake up, and reposted a documentary that is on Amazon. So why Jeff Bezos is not getting the same heat? Why Amazon is not getting the same heat for even having the documentary up there, but Kyrie Irving is paying for it? Them ball players that literally have a big mic and a big voice just as strong as him, stand with him. But y'all wouldn't, because y'all are cowards.
I was telling my people, I feel like black people is the worst when it comes to criticism.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they will see all the other races jump on this one black person, and then they gonna go jump on them too, knowing that these people been killing us and they've been doing everything, and then these people say, oh, look what he's doing to the Jews. And Cuz said, well, black people were the first Jews. We can go in, let's go back. But when he said that, because none of the Jews never want to say, let's talk about the they be like, no, because we don't even know about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know about this, but it's 12 tribes. It's 12 tribes that was, and when you say 12 tribes, those are the 12 tribes that's still going on to this day. You know what I'm saying? Same tribes. It's the Asian, black, white, got a whole bunch of you know what I'm saying? So it like, when he went on that rant, he was trying to say something, but he just didn't know how to say it the right way. I feel him. I feel what he's saying.
Amar'e 𝒲𝒶𝓎, six-time All-Star, joining the conversation. Amar'e, you bring a very unique perspective. Obviously, we all know the success you had with Nash on the court, and then you were an assistant on the Nets, and also you're a black man who is Jewish. What was your reaction to Kyrie?
I mean, my initial reaction was, what I've noticed throughout the years of Kyrie is that he's a guy who's really trying to find his identity, right? He's on this quest of searching for information and knowledge, and while acquiring this type of information, he got to be more mindful of doing more research, checking your sources, reviewing before you actually, you know, promote anything. It. Right, exactly. And I think that's something that Kyrie's probably lacking right now, is that he's not really doing the full vetting of what he's promoting, and I think that's getting him into trouble.
Absolutely.
As for our forefathers, they were brought to this nation as slaves, and we are suffering from a serious identity crisis. In one generation, we were called or referred to as color, then Negroes, Afro-American, blacks, and eventually African Americans. Who are we, people? But this is not by accident. This is the hand of God, as it is written. In Deuteronomy 28, verse 36 through 37, the Lord will bring you and the king which was set over you into a nation which you nor your fathers have known. And there you will serve other gods, wood and stone, and you will become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where the Lord will lead you. And this is one scripture out of the entire Bible. I can show you plenty more. With that being said, I ask that this be viewed not merely as a statement, but as a call to action. In the near future, I'll be sponsoring a community development roundtable meeting with some other concerned, proactive community leaders. It's time that we stop thinking as individual persons and begin to mobilize as a unified people. Peace and love. Amar'e 𝒲𝒶𝓎.
I think the NBA dropped the ball.
In what way?
I think he should have been suspended. I think Adam should have suspended him. First of all, Adam's Jewish. You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion. If you're going to insult me, you have the right, but I have the right to say, no, you're not going to take my $40 million and insult my religion. I think the NBA, they made a mistake. We have suspended people and fined people who have made homophobic slurs, and that was the right thing to do. I think if you insult the black community, you should be suspended or fined heavily, depending.
Again, now we got to answer for what this idiot has done. You know, I stand for equality of all people. I've always been like that. Don't matter what religion, no matter where you're from. I can say shalom, salam alaikum, ni hao, say bon, because that's how I was raised. So I don't really want to sit up here and answer questions for what he's done. You know, if you're looking at me, it's my job to make people happy. I can't speak for him and, you know, answer for you know, what he's doing. It's obviously by his answers and the way he answers, he doesn't really care.
Well, Skip, I think because when the Brooklyn Nets yesterday, let's go back. Skip, you and I discussed this yesterday, and Jen read that the Nets were willing to be fined by not making Kyrie available for correct. Media availability.
Yes. Sean Marks said it.
Yes.
He told the media he will not be available post-game, and that's against the NBA rules. Right. But he said, I don't want to create more of a fuss.
And I said the reason why, Skip, I said, now, when they start asking Kyrie questions, he's going to double down.
I got it.
And he didn't, after practice, what did he do? He doubled down.
He did.
And I'm listening to him like, bruh. And then Adam Silver came out shortly before that and says, I didn't hear I'm sorry.
Yep.
What I said yesterday, I said, Skip, I'm looking at his statement. Where's the I'm sorry? No, I'm sorry. The Brooklyn Nets says, whoa, we've had enough. say we giving you an opportunity to say I'm sorry and to unequivocally disavow anti-Semitism, and you refuse to. So we're going to suspend you for a minimum of 5 games. Skip, I think for the first time, Kyrie allowed someone in the room to be smarter than he was. And they said, Kyrie, this is for real now. They're not playing with you. If you want to if you want to play this season, if you want to possibly play in the future, you need to come out with a statement. Say I'm sorry for the people that I've hurt and disavow what you have been unwilling to disavow. And late last night, he did exactly that.
This week about Kyrie Irving's social media posts and subsequent comments. I was just curious, why do you think that is, considering this league is so socially conscious?
I'm not sure. If you want to ask me a question, you can ask me. I can't speak for 449 players.
Sure. Certainly your position, you've been in the position of the best to speak for the league.
I can tell you this. It's simple. Me personally, I don't condone any hate to any kind, to any race, to Jewish communities, to black communities, to Asian communities. You guys know where I stand, and it's part of the reason why I didn't air the Shop episode, why we kicked that, out of the archives, because it was hate conversation going on there, and I don't represent that. There's no place in this world for it. Nobody can benefit from that, and I believe, what Kyrie did caused some harm to a lot of people. And he has since, over the last, I think today, or was it yesterday, he apologized. But he caused some harm. And I think it's unfortunate, but I don't stand on the position to harm people when it comes to your voice or your platform or anything. And so it doesn't matter what color your skin is, how tall you are, what position you are in. If you are promoting or soliciting or saying harmful things to any community that harm people, then I don't respect it. I don't condone it.
Considering you do identify that his actions as being harmful to people, what do you believe could be a resolution for him to get past the current suspensions that he has with the Nets and Nike?
I don't know. Because at the end of the day, Kyrie is his own man. He stands up in front of the media and speaks. He is a man. He has a great family. I mean, I love the kid. Well, he's not even a kid anymore. He's 30. He just said that the other day in his presser. I was like, it's insane. I don't know the direction, the steps that he take, but he's apologized for what he said. And I hope that he understands that what he said was harmful to a lot of people. And we as humans, none of us are perfect, but I hope he understands how, what he did or the actions that he took was just harmful to a lot of people. I really didn't get into it too much, but I understand that when you hurting anybody, I understand that. That is just common sense.
Last two.
1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable build-ups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."